Hello, everyone. This is Max. This is Dressed Up Max. And I'm dressed up because I just came back from the graduation ceremony for the Sanensei. That's the third years of my junior high school. They've graduated and they're going on to high school. And to celebrate that, commemorate that, they had their graduation ceremony today on March the 15th. So that's interesting. That's something different from the States. The ceremony was very nice, very touching, and it was only 2 hours long, which was lovely. The big differences, I think, were the Ichinensei and Ninensei, the 7th and 8th graders, had to come in as well. That's mandatory for them, and they get to see off their senpai, the older students, the 9th graders, as they begin to embark on their high school education. Another difference is that the younger students will sing a song to the older students, and then the older students will reciprocate by singing a song back, and then they will all join together in harmony and sing a third song. And from the gist that I gathered, and also from questions I asked after the ceremony, it seems like the younger students are telling the older students in song form, "Don't forget where you came from." Then the older students say, "Don't worry, we won't." And then they come together and sing like, "We had a great education together." And it was really moving. It was really touching. The songs were beautiful. The ceremony brought, I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of the students were crying. They brought them all to tears. And a lot of parents were there too. And it was wonderful. It was a beautiful ceremony. Also, as I said, only lasted 2 hours, so I got enough time to come back and sit outside on my balcony, enjoy the day a little bit, and actually get things done later today, which is really nice. So I decided to make use of that and come outside and actually do a little bit of the video out here before finishing it up inside. So what I think I'll do is I think I will go back inside, and then I will change clothes, and we can continue this conversation of what's been happening in my life since the end of January on the couch like usual. So, see you in a bit. Hello, YouTube. I know I said I'd come back and talk about my life after graduation, after I did my video outside. But here's the thing. I didn't do that. That's my confession. We celebrated St. Paddy's Day on the 16th, the day of the graduation. And to celebrate, we did typical American fashion and started drinking. And so we began actually pre-gaming and then going out to the bars after the graduation. And I didn't have time to actually come back inside and finish the video like I had promised. So today is March the 18th, and I'm picking up where I left off. To recap, March the 16th was graduation. Another fun fact, March the 14th, while we're talking about past dates, was White Day. White Day is, in Japan, Valentine's Day is celebrated with women giving men chocolate. And a month later, on March 14th, White Day is when men reciprocate and give chocolate to women. So I thought that was really interesting and fun to share. So I brought chocolate in for the women employees that I work with. And now to talk about the trips that I've been on. So I've been on 3 major trips, actually. But I'm going to really show pictures from 2 of them. One of them was I went back to Beppu. So Beppu was a great time. However, it's hard to take pictures when the main purpose for going, for me, was to go to the onsen. So I only have a few pictures and one video to show you of the private onsen I was able to get. So I will show you that, and then we'll actually get to the good stuff from Hokkaido and Yakushima, where I was able to get a lot more. Enjoy. So I finally got a place with a private onsen, and now I can bring my phone in and take a video to show you guys what an onsen looks like. Usually it's a little bigger and there's more people, but yeah, this one's private and lovely and beautiful. And the only real flaw is that there's a hotel here, and if someone's looking in through that window, then they're gonna see more than they bargained for. It's a beautiful day. Last day in Beppu. I only got a couple more hours here, so I'm really glad I was able to take this footage for you guys. Two following trips were Yakushima and Hokkaido, not in that order. And I'll start with Hokkaido. We went to Hokkaido for the Yuki Matsuri, the snow festival, in mid-February, mid to late February. And it was negative 12 degrees Celsius, which is very cold. I struggled so much. I had no idea. I've never been in temperatures like that, but I bundled up and tried my best to stay alive. And even with all that, I still needed to duck down to the subway and the underground malls just to stay warm. I had to go down just like, hey, who wants to go down there? We should go check it out. Let's go see the shops. I didn't care for anything down there except the fact that it was super warm. With that being said, Hokkaido was absolutely incredible. And we got to see all these wonderful snow sculptures and ice and snow sculptures. And just, it was the amount of time and detail that people put into these things really blew me away. So I definitely wanted to show you guys that. And yeah, enjoy. Oh. So as you can see, they clearly put a lot of time and effort into those snow and ice sculptures, and I was thoroughly impressed. There's also a picture of beer that I showed. I went to the Sapporo Beer Factory and did a tasting. To be honest, two of them tasted almost exactly the same to me. My palate is clearly not refined enough. And frankly, the beer back home, I think, is just better. I said it. But Hokkaido overall was a wonderful experience. Yakushima was the third location I went to, and Yakushima was fascinating and just beautiful. It's the inspiration, the setting of Yakushima, the forest, and I guess mostly just the forest is the inspiration for Hayao Miyazaki's film Princess Mononoke. And it's when you go in there, literally everywhere you look, you want to take another picture. I am that person who struggles to remember to take pictures. I have to keep reminding myself, okay, I'll probably want to look at this later on. And I couldn't help myself. There was something to, whenever I turned around, there was something new to see. and I had to take a picture of it. And I wish I could show you guys just how incredible this forest was, but I could only get a small taste. So I am going to show you guys a little bits and pieces that I thought were very cool and stood out. And hopefully you guys will be able to get some kind of grasp of the, wow, I want to say majesty that I got to witness on Yakushima. So please enjoy. I hope that did some kind of justice. I guess the other factor of Yakushima and what really made it was everybody was really nice. Um, Many people there spoke fluent English, and whenever we needed something, all we had to do was ask, and someone would help us out. Sometimes we didn't even ask, and someone would help us out. Uh, we were in a cafe and we ordered coffee, and um, while we were drinking, we were handed a bag of oranges and said, "Here's the directions to a beautiful waterfall that you can look at." Cool. Then we went to a sushi restaurant, and this older Japanese gentleman came up and said, "I am Oji-chan," which is grandpa. "I will pay for your food." And we kind of said, "Okay, thank you. We're okay. We appreciate it, but we're good." And then a couple minutes later, the waiter came back with a big tray of sushi and said, "This is from that man." And he kept ordering us food and more food and more food. And he offered to serve us drinks, but we really just said, "Okay, thank you so much, but we feel guilty at this point." And we tried to reciprocate, and he wouldn't have it. I guess my point is, wherever we went, there was always something really cool to see, and the people were wonderful. So I couldn't get over Yakushima. I clearly was bewildered and very moved by my experience on that island. Um, so now the only thing left to talk about really is, um, yeah, what's going to happen next? Next up, and my next trip that I booked maybe 5 days ago is Seoul. I'm going to South Korea, and I'll definitely show videos of that. Very excited for that, but honestly, I just don't know what to expect. I've kind of just booked it and said, "Okay, we'll see." So I will definitely take pictures and I'll upload those. But until then, I really just don't know else to say. Uh, Japan, these next couple of months, I think is going to be awesome. I'm already liking it. There's parts of me that think like, should I have recontracted? Should I have stuck around another year? But then I remember, no, this is wonderful. This is great. But it's more like an extended vacation than an actual path forward. So I'm still set on coming home. I'm still gonna come back to the US and make things work for me somehow, but I'm gonna enjoy the time I have left because wow, it's incredible. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for South Korea adventures.